At the beginning of this year, I was gently invited to quit my job. And due to the financial situation of the world, I couldn't end any interviews. So, I've come to the only natural conclusion that I should burn through my life savings to try to launch a game with zero experience in game development. There were some mistakes along the way. The entire way, for instance. But I'm here now, so the least that I can do is leave some advice for those who come after. Here's everything that I wish that I've done differently.
Besides not doing this at all.
And I'm going to start with the one you probably heard before. For your first game, you should keep it small, but like really small. So small, your girlfriend should look at it and say, damn, that is small. Not only you will not build GTA 5, you will not build anything close to the original GTA. Instead, you should look at Flappy Birds as it was a AAA game. Your brain should become unable to comprehend 3D spaces. Silk Song is an impossibility. It's the flat earth equivalent of game development. You get the point. My game was supposed to be an adventure version of Snake, and that is too much. I started with the objective of making something simple, something short. 4 stages, keep it under 2 hours of gameplay. But I cannot finish the first stage. I have barely 10 minutes of gameplay with almost no visuals, no sound, and no UI. And it takes so long because I have to learn about literally everything before I do it. Honestly, I just realized that it was too big after participating on my first game jam. I look at what I did in 3 days, and then look at my project and thought to myself,
this is brilliant, but I like this.
So I changed the game a bit. No longer an adventure game, so I don't have to make multiple assets. In terms of gameplay, for now, it's just an arcade type of thing that I will keep adding gameplay mechanics to it. That way, I can spend most of my time coding, which is what I'm good at. Now to my second advice, you should spend your time learning first. And at this point you may think to yourself,
Weren't you complaining about the time you spent learning just now?
do you know why I was complaining? Because I'm dumb. You shouldn't do as I do. I'm here as a better example. I'm like you in 5th grade when you asked that question and the teacher was like,
Hey class, everyone stop and listen to what this unpressurized blobfish of a brain just asked me.
I'm not the only one that went through that, right? Too many times I wanted to add a feature that I never done before. And I would think to myself, how hard can it be? And then I'd waste several hours trying different stupid approaches to finally give up and search about it online. And most of the times, someone already made what I was trying to do. Even if I managed to solve things on my own, there was probably a better way to do it in some random forum post online. So, it's always worth it to research before trying to reinvent the wheel. But it's also a balancing act. Learn before you do it, but don't stop yourself from doing something just because you think you don't know enough. And also on the topic of learning, participate in a game jam. Once you got a basic feeling on how to make games, have a look at itch.io for a game jam of your interest. Maybe there's an influencer that hosts a game jam that you like.
Orange is the worst flavoring known to man.
In which case, you will be even more motivated to have your own game completely ignored by it. My only actual regret with game jams is not participating in one sooner. I felt like I learned more in 3 days than I did in a month. It is tiresome, and it is tough when the results are not what you expected. So type 2 fun. Speaking of expectations, manage expectations. As a wise man once said, probably, expectations is the root of all heartaches. If you'd ask me like an HR person,
Where do you see yourself in 6 months?
retired, richer than Notch could ever dream of. Maybe not so much, but I would expect to have a game out. And, although I technically do, it's not even close to what I envision. But this is part of what they call the Dunning-Kruger effect.
Hey, Vsauce!
It is, according to the all-knowing Wikipedia.
The systematic tendency of people with low ability in a specific area to give overly positive assessment of disability. Sometimes misunderstood as claiming that people with low intelligence are generally overconfident.
Which means that I'm not low intelligence, I just have a systematic tendency. The problem with such expectations is that it comes with a lot of unnecessary disappointment, which will make it really hard for you to keep working on a project. Keep it in mind. It's helpful advice even beyond game development or YouTube or whatever. Just like my fourth advice, which is
Only count to 4. I can only count to...
start now. The perfect time to do so will never come, so you should do it as soon as possible. I hate that I'm sounding like a girl myself in Minecraft. But it is true. If starting now is a possibility for you, even if it's not on the best conditions, you should start it now. If you don't think you got what it takes, that's even more reason to start it. Fail fast and learn fast. You gotta be like Sonic. autistic. The earlier you can get your first shitty-ass game out, the earlier you will start working in something that is actually good. Same thing with YouTube. Put that crappy video out as soon as possible, so you can learn with it and do it again. For example, have you ever seen Most Critical's older videos? He sounds like the husk of a man whose soul left him a long time ago, out of self-disgust.
Delivering a really high enthusiasm intro for this very...
But look at his videos today.
And these thoughts wash over me like a toilet bowl flushing a morning shit. And that's when I realize I miss pussy.
Never mind. And to the final cheesy ass advice, consistency. You gotta keep doing it. This is the most important advice. It's likely that you have already started a project at some point, but then set it aside indefinitely. And that is the most common destination of most projects. Because it is hard to stay motivated. There are days when you just don't wanna do it. But you gotta push it. There's no way around it. What keeps me going is thinking that if I do not do it today, tomorrow it will be even harder to do so.
Just do it!
It's a snowball that grows really fast. And if I let it roll even for a little bit, I may never see my game finished and I will be forced to live contemplating what it could have been. It may be a dark feeling, but it is what works for me. And maybe that works for you too.
I'm not kidding.
Same thing goes for YouTube. I just mentioned Most Critical, and he says it himself.
It's all about having that one lucky break that puts it in front of people's peepers and gets them interested. The only thing you have control over is the consistency.
That's it. If you enjoyed the video and want to help the channel, leave a like and consider subscribing.